Sir William enters the stage and begins to slowly walk across the stage. He stops at the halfway point as a loud voice from Peter is heard from behind him off stage.
Sir William! Sir William! Wait for me. I didn't finish gathering our camping materials.
Sir William extends his hand backward in a casual manner, and Peter runs into it, getting hit square in the face.
Shut up, Peter. Can't you tell I'm busy questing for the Holy Sword Excalibur?
But sire, you know that is nothing but a myth, a legend. Surely you aren't considering abandoning your post just for this.
Sir William hits Peter atop his head with the handle of his blade.
Are you suggesting that https://www questforexcalibur.com would lie to me? Absurd! Know your place, fool.
But the camping supplies.
William starts walking off stage.
Forget the camping supplies. Our quest will be over by nightfall.
The stage goes black, transitions to the next scene, which is the same except night. The two walk onto the stage once more, from stage right like last time, Peter following behind William. William looks around the stage while speaking.
Peter, did you bring the camping supplies? I could have sworn you were packing them when we left.
No, sir, you told me to.
Bah, useless as always. Go make me a shelter made of sticks then. You can sleep with the dirt.
Yes, sir.
He slumps his way out of the stage.
What a nugatory fool! Always making mistakes. Ugh.
William gets down onto his knees and begins to build a fire, and after several seconds, Fake Peter begins to slowly sneak up behind him, a sword in his hand. Fake Peter steps on a stick, triggering a very loud alarm and causing William to look behind him, noticing Peter. Fake Peter also hides the sword behind his back.
Peter, you bastard! You startled me. Why aren't you building shelters I asked?
Oh, I don't know, sire. I just wanted to check on you.
Did you eat some kind of funny mushrooms to fill your hunger? Whatever, go and finish building the shelter.
Peter enters from the opposite side of the stage as Fake Peter.
Sire, Sir William, I finished building the shelter you told me to.
Great, now I have two idiots to look after.
Sir William, what are you saying? Some kind of wild beast must have taken my form to try and trick you.
Right when Fake Peter mispronounced his name, William starts to pull out his sword and slices the Fake Peter across his stomach, right as it finished talking. It falls forward onto the ground, a green liquid coming from its stomach.
Whether you're the real Peter or some vile fiend, butchering my name is that badly is a death sentence. Rot in hell.
I don't exactly feel comfortable watching myself bleed out in front of me, but Sir William, what was that monster?
A creature that doesn't even know the common language.
Oh, well, it's certainly a relief to me that such a horrible beast is gone.
Silence! It is because of you that my fire building was interrupted. So because of this, you should be the one building and to finish building the fire.
Yes, sir.
The lights go out once more, and the setting transitions to even later in the night, a fire going with Peter tending to it, and William sleeping inside of a stick hut.
Man, I know Sir William asked me to keep watch, but I sure am really sleepy.
Peter falls asleep, curled in a ball. After a few seconds, a bush in the background rustles, and several more seconds later, Janice emerges from the bushes, a viola in hand. He sits on a rock near the fire and plays the viola, creating a loud and horrible sound for several seconds straight, to which William jolts awake.
Peter, what the hell are you?
William stops mid-sentence, looking around to notice Peter sleeping and Jenny's playing the viola on a rock.
Who the hell are you supposed to be? And stop with that awful noise!
The horrible noise stops.
Who, me?
Yes, you! Now answer my question!
Well, mate, I am the finest bard in all the eastern continents, Yanis.
What in the world are you, British?
No,
Australian?
no,
Canadian?
no,
Scottish?
no,
Welsh?
no,
Yorkshire?
no,
You're Aussie?
no, you uneducated, daft, ignorant fool! I am a Latvian! Latvian, I tell you, got it?
By the good Lord, quiet down, will you? I see no reason to get this mad.
Fine, fine. I suppose I was a bit overdramatic, but what do you expect? I'm a bard, for God's sake.
I suppose you have a good point. Well, Janus,
Berzinch.
Janus Berzins, would you like to join me on my quest for the Holy Sword Excalibur? I can promise you fame, glory, wealth, and anything you can imagine.
Oh, sure. I was getting bored playing music for the trees anyways.
Perfect! I'm William, and this is my squire, Peter.
William hits the sleeping Peter atop his head with the dull sight of his sword. Peter wakes up and scrambles onto his feet.
Yes, Sir William?
Peter, I see that you disgracefully abandoned your post and fell asleep on watch!
Yes, sir. I was tired.
Silence! You are in luck. I am in a good mood today. We found a new companion on our quest for the Holy Sword. Peter, you incompetent fool, I would like to introduce you to Janus Berzins, the greatest bard in the eastern continents.
Good day, mate.
Jenny shakes his hand with Peter.
Oh, nice to meet you.
William stands between the two right as they finish speaking, breaking their handshake.
Alright, now that you are finished, we can get on with it. We obviously all got plenty of sleep, so we set off right now at 2 o'clock.
But, sir, I barely had any...
Sure thing.
That decides it. Come on, Peter. Only 150 kilometers to go.
Yes, sir.
All three of them exit the stage, and the lights go out. The narrator speaks from off stage.
It was a perilous journey. Sir William, his squire Peter, and their new companion, Yanis the Bard, travelled far and wide across the flatlands of England in search of the Holy Sword Excalibur. They encountered various trials and challenges along the way. There were deadly battles with ferocious beasts.
William enters the stage with the lights still off, and then a spotlight momentarily shines on him about to behead a pig with his sword, turning off right before he reaches the head.
Save the tone of peasants from a horrible disease that plagued their food sources.
A spotlight once again lights up the stage and shines on William, who is shattering several plates of food with his sword, after a few seconds of which the light goes off again.
And even solved the riddle of the great troll and crossed his bridge.
The light shines once more to reveal a troll with Peter standing in front of it.
You must solve my riddle to cross this bridge, otherwise I will eat your bones! What way does a tree fall?
Oh, I know this one. A tree falls the way it...
William runs onto the stage, holding his sword up, screaming, and swings his sword right at the troll's neck, the light going out once again before it would hit.
They even...
Jenny speaks from off stage.
Hey, that isn't how it went.
I'm aware, but it's my job to make the story more entertaining.
I know that. I'm a bard for God's sake, but this is way too far from the truth.
Fine, have it your way then. Feel free to bore those lovely people out there with your story.
Gladly. Now listen up, folks. This is one for the grandchildren.
The stage lights up again with William, Peter, and Janice talking to each other.
No offense, sir, but I'm sick of all this walking.
What do you want me to do about it?
I don't know. Maybe we could hire a chariot? Even a few short rests here and there would help.
What do you take me for? I can't afford something like that. Well, you know I already spent all my money to access the map for www.questforexcalibur.com. Know your place, fool!
William is about to hit Peter on the top of the head with the dull edge of his blade, but Janice smacks the sword out of his hand using the viola he was carrying.
What in hell's name are you doing?
Whoa, calm down, mate. I am a distant relative of the Prime Minister of Latvia. I can get us a chariot, no problem.
Really? That'd be great.
Wow, you're amazing, Janus.
Sure, just give it a few minutes.
Janice pulls out a flip phone and begins pressing buttons on it, soon after which the stage will go dark. Now the narrator and Janice will talk off stage.
Are you sure that's how it went? I could have sworn you were complaining to me just a moment ago about the accuracy of the story.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? What's up with the whole being a distant relative of a powerful person trope? I know you're a bard, but this is far too generic.
It's a classic. A classic! The people will love it.
Alright. How about knocking a moving sword out of the hand of a trained knight? We all know that you couldn't have possibly been fit enough to do that.
Everybody likes an unexpected hero. Trust me.
Fine. What was with the praise the two of them gave you? Didn't they just nod their heads and move on with their day? We all know that the three of you stole the chariot from some random politician.
Indeed we did. But that's a story for another time.
Whatever. Just hurry it up before they all get bored. I'm out of here.
Finally. Now, if you don't mind.
The lights will turn back on, and three-wheeled chairs are on the stage. Janice is already standing near them, and William and Peter walk onto the stage.
Wow, I asked for a chariot, but you went a step further and got us motorcycles? This is amazing.
Indeed it is. I never seen such amazing vehicles like this in my life.
It's not a big deal, really. Now let us be on our way.
Similarly to before, the lights go out and Janice talks from off stage. Until the next scene at the lake is set, horrible viola music will continue to play from off stage.
It was a perilous journey. Sir William, his friend Peter, and their new companion me travelled far and wide across the flatlands of England in a search of the holy sword Excalibur. They encountered various trials along the way. There were deadly battles with ferocious beasts.
The spotlights turn on and the three of them roll onto stage with their chairs and run over a pig before rolling back off stage. The lights turn off once more.
Save the town of distraught peasants from a horrible disease that plagued their food.
Goes on again. All three of them roll onto stage in their chairs and run over various foods such as grapes, going off stage once more with the lights turning off.
They even solved the riddle of the great troll and crossed his bridge.
The light shines once more to reveal a troll. The three roll onto the screen in their chairs and roll right past the troll.
Hey! Get back here!
Lights turn off and the next scene can be set while Janice finishes talking from off stage, which will be at the front of a lake.
See, folks? It's possible to keep the story exciting while staying close to the original events. It only took us a few hours to reach. From here on out, though, I can guarantee that it only gets better. Although I am running out of time here, so I suppose I can speed things up a bit. Now let's see. If I remember correctly, what happened next was...
The lights turn back on. The three of them roll onto stage and then get off their chairs, looking around.
Are you sure this is the right place? It looks like a pretty normal lake to me.
Of course it's the right place. The map says it is. This is it, the legendary lake that houses the island of Avalon.
I don't see any islands anywhere.
Shut up, you see the island, right, Janus?
Yep, definitely. More importantly though, what in the hell is that rumbling?
A loud rumbling can be heard, and a man in a dragon suit stomps onto the stage.
Yo soy Arturo Hernández María Cruz de la Rosa Santiago Mateo Pendragon, guardián de la isla de Avalon y la espada sagrada en la piedra. Di tu nombre e intenciones. My bad. I mean to say, I am Arturo Hernández María Cruz de la Rosa Santiago Mateo Pendragon, guardian of the island of Avalon and the sacred sword in the stone. State your name and intentions.
I am Yanis, a bard in the search of a great story to tell.
I am Peter, humble squire to the great.
William, I am Sir William, the greatest knight to ever exist, and my goal is to acquire Excalibur to prove my greatness. But one question, dude. Your name doesn't sound very English to me. What is all of that about? The guy told me nothing about this.
Silence! You will address me by my full name, Arturo Hernández María Cruz de la Rosa Santiago Mateo Pendragon, and not some lowly title, dude. Now, I accept your intentions and names. William May the Knight, Peter the Squire, and Janis the Bard. You shall have one last challenge, to defeat me, Arturo Hernández María Cruz de la Rosa Santiago Mateo Pendragon.
William draws his sword, and Peter hides behind him. Arthur starts to run towards them, but Janus pulls out his viola and begins to play his bad music.
Dear God, what is that awful noise?
Arthur curls into a ball on the ground and puts his hands over his ears.
What? I'm just playing some music to get us into the mood.
William and Peter also cover their ears.
Stop it!
Please, take the damn sword! You stop the noise and leave me alone! It's right under the shallow waters of the lake shore!
Janus stops. Everyone unplugs their ears, and Arthur runs away, sobbing.
It wasn't that bad, was it?
Yes, it was! Now, if you don't mind, I'll be looking for my sword now.
Allow me to assist, sir.
The lights turn off, and all the props, scenery, and actors are removed from the stage, except for Janus and one of the chairs, which he will sit on at stage center when the lights are turned back on.
Well, then they went on to pull the sword out of a rock of depleted uranium. It was a bit anticlimactic, so I don't think I need to go over the details. On second thought, though, there was this one thing that happened before then. It was pretty funny if you ask me. So William ended up.
Peter first speaks from off stage, but runs onto the stage after his first line is finished, soon followed by William.
Sir, I found him. He's over here.
There you are, you bastard! Why are you spreading all those rumors about me? I never seduced the Lady of the Lake.
Well, looks like that's my cue to leave. Have a nice day, folks.
Janus rolls off stage on his chair.
After him!
He pulls out a very large stick, Excalibur, and chases him off stage, along with Peter.